And what I did was simply, I just sat, I breathed, and just stayed there. I just felt, allowed myself to feel whatever it was that I was feeling. I was afraid of my feelings. I was afraid of feeling the pain, feeling the anger, of feeling. And so I just stayed there with my feelings for a little time. At the beginning, I couldn't bear to stay for too long. So it started very gradually. I just allowed myself to feel whatever I was feeling. And then I had the need to snap out of it, to distract myself or to do something else or to. And so I allowed myself to do that at the beginning. But then little by little, I realized that I could stay there for longer periods.
Mhm.
And then there came a time in which it was never a lesson like to feel all the feels, but it was peaceful. There came a time in which I just thought, oh, I don't have the need to run away. I can just be here and I can cry and I can scream and I can feel all of this, but there's a little bit of ease starting to show up. And so I started to focus on that piece. And it felt like a very like a small flicker of light, like very like a tiny flicker of light. I started to simply be there and focus on that piece. And so little by little, it started to be more obvious. It started to be easier for me to access that small flicker of light. And with time, I realized that I could go back to that state of peace by whenever I wanted to. It wasn't something that it wasn't immediate. It was a very gradual shift. And so when I started to make peace with what was going on, I started to feel less resentful because I was feeling like very resentful towards life, resentful towards my parents, resentful towards the choices that they made, and resentful towards lots of things. And I realized that the more I could feel this peace, the less resentful I felt. And the more I could, yeah, be in the present. And that was, yeah, it was very subtle at the beginning. But little by little, it started to change everything. It started to change the way I cared for my parents, the way I was present with them, and the way I felt when caring about them, when caring
Mm.
for them, and the way that I felt when I was not with them. Little by little, it started to change